Welcome to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Let's Talk Cars Radio is sponsored in part by Napa Car Care Centers, BDG Auto Group, by Liberty Transmissions in Virginia Beach, by American Do-It-Yourself Garage, and by J.F. Whitlow Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling in Portsmouth. Be a part of the program today by calling 757-222-3705. You may text your comments and questions during the show to 757-866-2192. Email your questions and comments to Dave at letstalkcarsradio.com. Now, here is the host of Let's Talk Cars Radio, Dave Palach.
Happy Saturday, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. So it is Saturday. The sun's out. It's still kind of chilly out there. We got the snow on Thursday.
Snow, yeah.
It happened.
Hey, look, I looked at the weather on Wednesday around probably 4, and it said it was going to be sunny. And then 6 o'clock, it was like, maybe it might snow. 8 o'clock was like, yep, it's definitely going to snow.
I got up on that morning and saw snow, looked out the window, went, I can't believe it actually happened. They were all calling for it. I'm like, nah.
I told you, I wasn't going to take the bet. So if
supposed to snow this Monday again, as I understand it, somewhere in that corridor, Monday or Tuesday.
Actually, do you not know it's supposed to snow tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
And I'm going to probably say that Norfolk also agrees, because as I was heading here, they were making the cars split the lanes and lanes so onto the highways. So, if we do place a bet, I'm going to go with it is going to snow tomorrow.
I know.
Because,
hopefully where you guys are at, if you're not in the Hampton Roads area, you guys are listening.
And the weather does say snow 100% tomorrow.
It is a lot of snow where you guys are at, but I know I saw a bunch of snow pictures all across the country, so some people do have snow as well. I'm going to tell you, I got a rant. Are you guys ready?
What's your rant? I know what your
my
rant is. Yeah.
Look, I'm going to say, for probably the 150th time, if you are driving and you drive a vehicle that has extended mirrors that slide out, and you drive on country roads,
slide them back in.
You're supposed to slide your mirrors back in. You're not supposed to drive with your extended mirrors out if you're not pulling something that requires you to have the mirrors slid out. If you have big extended mirrors and they're slid in and they still are extended mirrors and you're on country roads, have the fortitude or the thought process of collapsing them in if they collapse in when you're on country roads. Because if not, you're going to bang other people's mirrors as you come down country roads. You silly, silly people. Again.
Silly. You see, he hasn't talked about it this whole time he's been preparing for the show and everything, because I kept poking the bear about it. Like, how do you feel? Why didn't you go chase him down? He tried to go chase him down, but,
he was waiting so it could build up.
Once again, someone got me on my mirror with their extended mirror and popped the plastic on my mirror. These mirrors on my truck are not cheap. Yes, I did go try to chase them down. Yes, I did end up getting behind them, and no, they weren't going to stop. Now, I could have did the typical Dave and slid around them and stopped them, but I didn't. I chose this time to be civil and let them go. Why? Because we headed further out into the country, and it was just me by myself and that vehicle by itself going deeper out into the woods. So I chose to be the better man and let it go this time. I could have handled it differently, but I chose not to. So you know who you are. You know that you hit my truck with your extended mirror, and you know that you decided to try to run. Yes, I caught you, even though you tried to run, but I decided this time to be the better man and let it go. It could have escalated, but it didn't. I'm just saying, if you're on a country road and you have extended mirrors and you're a silly person who has not thought about the fact, because maybe it just didn't pop up in your head, to fold those mirrors in when you're on a country road because you're not using them, or let's just say that you are using them because you're pulling a trailer, and you come to a vehicle that's going to pass. Slow down as you come to the vehicle you're getting ready to pass, and make sure there is enough room for both of you to pass. It's very simple. I know I live on country roads. I realize there's only enough room for two vehicles to pass sometimes if you guys slow down and make it work.
Do you think the other guy got damaged too, if you've got damage?
I don't know. I would assume so here's the thing. I watched the vehicle approaching me. I saw the mirrors were extended. I can only move over so much because there's ditches on both sides. You're going
to go in the ditch, yeah.
That's right. You've been out there. There's ditches on both sides. The mirrors collided. It cracked the plastic. It didn't break the mirror like it did last time. It just broke my plastic again. It didn't completely shatter the plastic all the way off like it did last time. Last time I ripped the mirror completely off the truck. Wow. It just broke my plastic this time. So I had to go quite a ways to find a turnaround spot this time. He wasn't pulling a trailer, so there was no reason for the mirrors to be out. But he proceeded to get it as I watched him fade away in my rear mirror because there was no place for me to turn around. So by the time I found a turnaround, he was gone. Now, I found him because
you're you.
Right. Because at that point, I'll admit, I'm a little heated and upset because all they had to do was just come to a stop and wait for me to come find them. They chose not to do so.
Bad boys.
No, it's one of those things that irritates you. So I'll admit, at that point in time, I'm like, come on, man. Because it's just, there's no reason for those mirrors to be hanging out when you're not, and by the way, when I caught up to the person, they were in the extended position, and they are slidable mirrors. So they're on a Chevy truck, just like, it was a dually. So they are sliders. They slide out and they slide in. They had them in the full extended slid out position, pulling nothing. So that made no sense. I was heated, but I'm getting better at this, as I told you. I was able to collect myself enough not to be upset by the time I reached the vehicle. But then when the vehicle wouldn't stop and I realized the vehicle was leading me further out, deeper into the woods.
That's when you wish you had that big loudspeaker in the girl.
At that point in time. And I was smart enough not to follow it any deeper into the woods because I'm just not. At that point in time, anything could happen. So I'm a smarter man than that, So
I understand.
I decided to let it be. Because it's just, at that point in time, anything can happen. You can lead yourself into some silly altercation, and I'm just not going to do that.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. And I know exactly what's going to happen because I've been there before. You got the license plate of the truck, stuff like that. I'm going to report it, and they're going to tell me to turn it into my insurance over, a $300 mirror.
What's your deductible? $500.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Not I, said the fly.
Once again, guys.
Not me.
It's like it's
20-year-olds don't need.
Right.
No, my brother pays a $500 deductible. I changed my deductible because I just had the thought process.
You want a lower premium.
Went to North Carolina 2 days later, and as I'm coming back, a rock flew up and cracked my whole windshield. I was the happiest person that I made that decision to change my deductible.
Man, like I said, it's one of those things. I just don't understand. Especially when you're traveling those roads, you just know better. You just know better. So
it's irresponsibility.
Or when
Dave.
people
That's
have
all
their
it is.
bright lights on.
Okay, so that's an irritation to me too. But that's not. You know what? That's doing
mirrors,
right. It's different than the mirrors.
I mean,
it's just one of those things where you just go. And here's what it was. So it literally happened, and my reaction was, really, did that just happen? Really? Come. Oh. So I didn't get I wasn't mad or anything like that. It wasn't like I flipped out. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Did you just hit my mirror? Like, how are you talking to yourself?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm like,
not again. I just picked up the car yesterday from another accident, and now it's my car again.
Right?
What?
I'm just like, ah. So, guys,
I don't think you can keep your cars out of the shops long enough to be able to enjoy them.
You know what? I went through this 2 years ago. Remember? We went through that. 2 years ago. I went through.
I don't think it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Really?
It was 2 years ago. We went through that whole phase where I couldn't keep one of the cars in the fleet out of the repair shop. It's like every time I turned around, one of them was in the body shop for something. Now, here's the thing. The good thing is it's a mirror. It doesn't have to go to the body shop for a mirror. I can fix it, take door apart and put a mirror on it and everything. But it's just one of those things where you're just like,
It's the whole idea.
It is over something just, I say, silly. It's just a silly, one of those things.
At least you don't have to use the lift for the mirror. Not calling anybody out.
You are poking the bear.
Yeah, not calling anybody out.
He just likes to poke because he knows that Nathaniel's car has become like a permanent ornament on the lift. So
You mean it's there all the time?
Yes, it is. It's
Then
there.
how does he has to drive it once in a while?
Does he not
No,
know the
because
story?
we're doing like a long repair on. It's become a long repair on Nathaniel's car, and not because
of any fault of his own.
right. Well, it is. He broke a bolt, and the bolt's stuck in there, and we have tried everything to get this bolt. We could get it out if we want to tear the whole front end of the engine down, but we're trying to keep from doing that. So it has become. It's just become one of those things because it's aluminum. You can't burn the bolt out.
And you said you would never work on.
I said I don't work on BMWs, and I became a big fat liar.
You remember?
I work on BMWs.
Remember when you tied me into somebody else's BMW?
Look.
Yeah, revenge is best served when it's hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
That's how that works out?
Revenge, you better be careful, Cameron.
I roped Cameron into working on somebody else's BMW because he knows I don't work on BMWs. So what Cameron's getting at is since I roped him into working on somebody else's BMW, by the way, he didn't work on it. He just showed up, stood around with his hands in his pocket and watched.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Beep, beep, beep. So,
heart,
yeah.
you feel it?
He says this is my payback. So, yeah, that's what it is. Look, it's not that I don't work on BMW, guys. I just... See these big, well, you guys can't because you listen on the radio, but if you're watching on Facebook, you would. I have big, huge meat paws that just don't fit into tight places. So there's certain cars I prefer not to work on because I can't get my hands into some of the places. And so, yeah, BMW is one of them. For certain reasons, there's certain places I just can't get my hands into.
We'll reconsider it because they're getting smaller.
Just because I've been paying attention in my weight and his what he's getting to, and it doesn't mean my meat paws are going to get smaller.
Sure, they'll get slender. The fingers will get real slender.
Well, it's funny. It's funny because my ring that I wear is very, very loose.
Yeah,
it is. It's very loose on my finger.
So get it resized.
You probably will get to that point. But
now you can get that hand under that BMW and to the tightest spot.
Well, I'll tell you what. We talk about slimming down. What it is the minutes here. And I got to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I want to get into great service. You know what? I love it when I get great service someplace, and I'm going to tell you about it when I come back. Talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Something really cool happened in 1975. And no, it wasn't the beginning of the disco era. Congress passed the Magnuson-Moss Act, so you don't have to take your vehicle back to your dealer to keep your vehicle manufacturer's warranty in effect. Our Napa Auto Care Center uses the proper replacement parts and procedures to keep that warranty valid. Visit our independently owned Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, you asked for it and I delivered. Check out our all-star team of automotive specialists at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons, Incorporated.
In a land far, far away. Well, maybe not so far away. Okay, I'm lying. It's in Virginia Beach.
What are you guys doing?
We're writing your commercial. You said you wanted something big.
Hold on, guy. I think I got it here. Hi, I'm Curtis Price. That's right, the Curtis Price with Liberty Transmission. Do you want a transmission for a fair price? Anyone can claim to build you a transmission. The real test is when something happens or you have a problem. My name is on every transmission we build. Call Liberty Transmission at 233-3131. That's right, 233-3131. How was that?
In a land far, far away.
Cut!
Whoa!
Liberty Transmission, 757-233-3131. That's 233-3131. Liberty Transmission.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So, before we went on commercial break, we were talking about all the different crazy things with mirrors getting cracked. And like I said, so it didn't break the actual glass. It just broke the plastic. So, like I said, we'll be able to...
What's that cost?
Well, here's the thing. I was hoping I could just buy the plastic.
You got to buy the whole assembly.
Yeah, it's going to be cheaper just to buy the whole assembly.
So what do you think that price is?
Last time I bought it was like $321 for it. Wow. But I think I was looking, I could probably get one now for about $140 maybe. Now I think the price is drastically dropped on it. So.
Is that from the dealer or is that aftermarket? Or one of those
here's the thing. So
as many times as it's getting broken, he might want to go after.
So the aftermarket stamp I was looking at, because I'm real big about dealer parts being on that truck. The aftermarket stamp looks to be the same stamp as now the dealer stamp that's on it. If we're looking at them online, so
price different.
Yeah,
should be. I mean,
so the dealer price on it's still real close. I think the dealer price on it's like if I saw it was like $264 or something like that for the. And then the aftermarket's right in the 150s, 160 mark. But looking at, it looks like the same. It's going to be the same stamp on it. So
you ought to buy 3. Get a discount.
I'm almost thinking about just buying 2 and just putting one up on the shelf.
Just wait for the next time
in the garage. Just
next time.
Because we only made it. It's been a year and about a year and a half, not even a year and a half since the last time I got busted. So I might as well just buy 2 and throw another one up on the shelf.
The hazards of living out in the woods.
Go get a paint correction marker and set it right next to it too, in case the next one
messes the paint up.
Messes up the paint.
Well, it didn't mess the paint up this time. Last time, last time the paint had to be corrected right there by the mirror. So this time it didn't mess the paint up. So yeah. Anyway, so. Great service. So if I do need paint fixed, I know where to go. So
I'll lead you into that one.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
That's
so there you go.
Yeah.
So you guys know I love to talk about great service and when you get it. So if you guys are in the Hampton Roads area, I know. So I always have to say this because there's people listening to us all over the world. A lot of people log in on their phones and listen with the radio apps. So that's when you guys hear me say all over the world, that's how that's done. So if you guys, doesn't matter where you guys are listening from, a lot of people tune in here locally, but a lot of people use the radio apps to tune in from all different kind of countries. They get online on their computers and listen and stuff, and we very much appreciate it because I get texts and I get emails and I get messages online from people that are just tagging in from all over the place, all over the country, you name it. So I always have to reference it. So, for people listening outside the state or outside the country, this doesn't help you guys any. But if you are listening to the Hampton Roads area, I have referenced them before. I have taken and sent a lot of people to RK Body Shop. And the reason why is because I've had great experience over there. Now people are going to say, wait, Dave. You have told us many, many times to take things over to Art Walker for body work. And I have. Art Walker does great body work. You guys know my Trans Am got painted over there, and they did terrific work over there. So it's not that I wouldn't say not take it over there. The reason why I've said to RK many times is because for insurance work and in and out very quickly, I've had a great experience, and I've sent people over there for great work over at RK. So you guys know that the Camry got hit and did some work, did some damage to the back bumper.
That did take a while. When you told me you picked it up yesterday, I was just like, wait, what? I'm like, I thought it got hit like a week and a half ago. So why
the car?
Yeah.
No, the car got hit many, many weeks ago.
Yeah, going up to Richmond or in Richmond or something.
Why did it take so long?
Well, it didn't, guys. So let me tell you guys, I didn't take it in. So if you guys remember, it got hit. What was that? Was that before Christmas or after Christmas?
Just right before New Year's, I thought.
It very well could be. I can't remember, but it was. I didn't take it in.
Why?
I was waiting for the insurance company to do all their stuff. I had to wait for the insurance company to do their little mitigation and all that kind of stuff, and then send us out a check.
Okay.
So I was waiting for all that to happen. They finally got done with all their stuff. And then it had to become convenient for me to take it in. The car, we don't drive the car very often, so it wasn't a huge deal for me. It's not that the car was undrivable. It just put some cracks in the back bumper. When I say cracks, guys, they were hairline cracks in the back bumper. So for you to look for the damage, you would have had to look for the damage.
Magnifying glass.
Not so much, but close. I mean, I would have had to point out the damage. So it left an impression in the back bumper of the person's license plate that hit it.
Oh, okay.
And then on the sides, it put a little scuff on the side and then some hairline cracks where the bumper took the impact. How was the bumper
support? Because I know you said he kind of gave you a shove and it did its job.
The bumper support seemed to be okay, but one of the inside brackets, I guess, took a little bit of a tweak that you couldn't see.
Yeah, because I know you said it did its job and it was actually really built to where it didn't show that it really got hit hard,
right?
But it actually got hit pretty hard.
Right. We took a pretty good hit, but we felt it pretty good in the car. But I'll say the Camry did exactly what it was designed to do. It was designed to take a good hit and make sure that we were protected. So we bought the car because the car has great crash ratings on it, and the car did exactly what it was supposed to do, which was kept us safe. If you looked at the car, you wouldn't be able to tell the car took as hard of a hit as it did. Yeah. So I was very satisfied with it when we took the car in. Like I said, you could barely tell by looking at it that it took the hit that it did. Now, the service side of things with them, like I said, you guys know for me, when it comes down to service, here's how it works. So a lot of you guys send me messages and ask me a lot of different things. Hey, where to take my car to? How do you guys feel about this person, that person? This is where this comes into. Yep. I took it over to RK and was 100% satisfied. Here's how this works. So I called them on the phone, and I told them, look, I'm looking to bring the car in. When is a good time? And he said, well, you can bring it in any time for us to take a look at it. We'll look it over, and then we'll set up a time that's good for you to drop off and leave the car. So I did exactly what the gentleman asked me to do. I talked with Ben over there, if it makes a difference for anybody. And he took a look at it, and he said, yep, here's what you're going to need to do. Good time for you to drop it off would be the next day, anytime between 8 and 9 in the morning. Did exactly what he asked me to do. I dropped the car off the next morning. He said, you're looking at probably about 3 to 4 days. If anything goes over that, we'll let you know. Dropped the car off to him. He was calling me within 2.5 days. Really? Told me the car was ready to be picked up.
Really?
So, absolutely.
See, that's just like when I had my window fixed, my front window, and I dropped it off over them, and he was like, well, would you like, I won't say what company he recommended of, let's not use them, But he was like, let's not use this company that your insurance company wants. Let me use my company that I use.
Gotcha.
And I was like, okay. He was calling me within the next day, and it was supposed to take 3 to 4 days. And he was like, hey, my guy was able to come out early.
Here's the thing. I like the fact, and you know from being in the car business, I like communication. I've told you guys on this show many times, communication for me is key. So just keep me informed. Let me know what's going on. And that's exactly what they did. So he gave me a call when it was a little bit through the process. He said, hey, I just want to let you know we've gotten your car in. This is what we've done so far. Here's what we're projecting from this point forward. It looks like the car's probably going to be done on Friday. I'm just waiting for this and this. As long as that happens, your car should be ready for pickup on Friday. If anything keeps that from happening, I'll let you know. Yeah. So the next telephone call I got from him was on Friday morning. He said, hey, your car is done. I'm just waiting for final payment from the insurance company. As long as they go ahead and give me the final payment, you should be able to pick the car up this afternoon. This afternoon came. He gave me a call Friday afternoon. He said, hey, they just went ahead and paid the bill. Car's ready for pickup. When would you like to come get it? It was just keeping you in the loop, which I think is where the disconnect is for a lot of places. They just don't keep you in the loop. So you were always like on that edge wondering, are they going to call? What's going on? Well, the last thing a customer wants to do, and this is for a lot of shops I know that listen to this show, and this is for the customers so you can kind of understand maybe where you should be, or you should lay out the expectations for a shop when you drop off a car so you can tell them, hey, just let me know what's going on. If you can give me a couple calls throughout the process so I know where I'm at so I can plan my days or my week or whatever it's going to be, that way both of you guys have great communication and you're not expecting anything.
But I also have to say, and this will be coming from me, don't call them every 30 minutes asking for an update.
No. And there is. That's why I say if you lay out the expectations in the beginning of what you expect and they follow through, there's no reason for you to have to call them every 30 minutes. If they're calling you and giving you updates, you have no reason to call them. You just have to let them know what your expectations are.
In the beginning.
And then you have no reason to have to call them. You understand?
Yeah.
That's how it works. The problem with it is a lot of customers are afraid to lay out the expectations in the beginning. So if you drop something off to a repair shop and say, hey, if you can just do me a favor and give me a couple updates throughout the process, and then they do that, but they should already, a good shop is already structured. They should already have that system set up where they're already calling you and giving you some updates throughout the time that they have your car. Rather, they have your car. If they have your car for a day, you drop it off in the morning. Usually right around 12, they should be giving you a call around 12 o'clock to give you an update on that vehicle because they anticipate giving it back to you by the end of the afternoon.
It's just like one of our Napa stores that came onto the show, and they use those tablets and take photos.
That's
and
right.
Text you and basically show you where the repair is and what's going on with it. And
what it needs.
I believe that's CarMasters that has that.
CarMasters was doing a tablet system, but one of the big things it was doing is the tablet systems is being innovated by a lot of different places. Speedy uses a tablet system.
Speedy uses
That's
it
right.
too. Yep.
So, and it's a great way to keep in touch with the customer. That's right. It is. It's a huge system.
Just a great piece of technology to innovate. I think that's how you say that word. Getting in contact with the customer.
It is. It's a huge thing. If you guys go ahead and you guys use the system to your advantage as far as keeping customers updated, it's a big thing for shops out there that are listening. Like I said, keep that in mind. For customers, just do the reverse. If you have expectations, some people don't. Some people just drop the car off and say, call me when it's ready. And if that works for you, that's fine. But if you're one of those customers that like to be updated as the process goes, lay down your expectations when you first drop it off, and you will have no communication errors, and you'll feel better about it. I'm one of those people. I like to be informed when I drop, especially if it's going to be a long repair and you're going to have it for a little while. Just give me an update. I won't ever have to call you. I'll feel like I'm getting what I need. They'll feel like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and there'll be no communication errors through the whole process, and you leave happy, just like I did when I was at Arcade. So if you have any body work you need to be done and you want it in a timely manner, you might want to give them a call. On that note, I got to take a quick commercial break. When I come back, I got some more news for you, and we'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949. Residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons, Incorporated.
In a land far, far away. Well, maybe not so far away. Okay, I'm lying. It's in Virginia Beach.
What are you guys doing?
We're writing your commercial. You said you wanted something big.
Hold on, guy. I think I got it here. Hi, I'm Curtis Price. That's right, the Curtis Price with Liberty Transmission. Do you want a transmission for a fair price? Anyone can claim to build you a transmission. The real test is when something happens or you have a problem. My name is on every transmission we build. Call Liberty Transmission at 233-3131. That's right, 233-3131. How was that?
In a land far, far away.
Cut!
Whoa!
Liberty Transmission, 757-233-3131. That's 233-3131. Liberty Transmission.
There's something special about Napa Auto Care Centers. They're backed by the national strength of Napa. Nationwide warranties honored by thousands of locations. You know that's Napa know-how. But more importantly, your Napa Auto Care Center is independently owned and operated by neighborhood professionals who operate by a written code of ethics. Put your vehicle in the hands of ASE-certified technicians who will greet you with a smile you can trust. Visit us today.
You heard me say it, and now here's your chance. Now's the time to go find your auto garage. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to NapaBDGHRVA.com and find your all-star car care center today. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, guys. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. Hey, so here's something new that's kind of going out there, and I can jump on board with this. I actually think this is a pretty cool idea. I mean, what are you giggling at?
I'm just waiting to hear what it is. I think, because I smiled at you?
Yeah, you smiled. Usually when you smile, you're up to something.
Yeah, the up to something smile. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It was the up to something smile.
I'm up to nothing.
So,
I don't know.
We were talking earlier about crazy things and nightclubs and all that kind of stuff. So this is right on the nightclub thing. You ready for this one? And I can jump on board with this. So I got this story sent over to me, which is pretty cool. Don actually forwarded this over to me. Car wash / feels like you're in a nightclub / but it's not. Hold on. Cameron's just twisted his head sideways and looked at me with strange.
Car wash and nightclub.
I want to know where this is
but it isn't a nightclub. But you almost feel like you'd be in one. And this is pretty cool. So there's a car wash out in Newport News that is doing themed car washes. You guys haven't heard of this?
No. I've never heard of this. No.
This is pretty cool.
Mardi Gras car wash?
No.
Here in Newport News?
It's in Newport. It's out in Newport News. Okay, so he has the first one. Inside the tunnel, they have invested money and they have brought specialists in, and they have put in laser lights. They have put in TV screens, projectors, and they have static displays and moving displays, and they do themed car washes. And every week, the theme changes. And it doesn't come back.
So it's limited run. You got to go there on that week to catch that production of whatever they've done for that week for the car wash.
So like this week it's Millennium Falcon week?
It very well could be. So it would be whatever. It could be like Star Wars week. It could be whatever it is. But this isn't cheesy. Now they've put a lot of thought. They've spent some money. They have brought professional lighting people in, laser display show people in, and they have put thought into like how to put like the best.
How much is a wash?
They don't have the prices listed.
Yeah, I want to know if this affected the price.
But here's the thing. So with COVID and stuff being out there, and you have to now stay inside your car, you know what I mean? Because before, you remember, you get out of your car and stuff. Now you're stuck inside your car and you go through the car wash inside your car now. They have to find something to amp the game up. You know, you understand? So they got to find something to make it enticing to want to, you know.
So this is a presentation that you take advantage of.
That's right.
Inside the car.
Correct.
All right.
And they have.
And it's got to be. It's got to last for the
duration. That's right, for the duration. So they take you all through. So they've done like, from my understanding, they've done like Candyland, and they've done some different. And every week they have hired people on. And that's their job. Their job is to come up with whatever the next creation is, to design the set and make the creation. Because every week they're putting on a new production inside the car wash. And like I said, that production doesn't come back. Like they may do now. They have said they may do like a part 2, almost like a movie would have a part 2.
Yeah, you should never say never.
But they're not going to do the same thing as what they're saying. Again, so every week they have a new production.
And this is in Newport News.
It's in Newport News. It's the first one.
Is it already taking place? I mean, can you go?
Yeah. So this is already taking place.
Well, I want to go. I want to go see what that's about.
I was like, this is really this is pretty innovative. So I was reading the story. The story got sent over to me, and I'm reading the story. Like they had to come up with a way to.
They're offering an unlimited VIP wash program starting at $14 a month.
That's not bad.
Well,
I think that's $14 is extremely reasonable.
But
I pay more than that for just one regular wash.
So, like, you go through it, and it's an experience. It's no longer just a car wash. Yeah. Did you see some of the pictures?
Yeah, I did.
Pretty cool looking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty.
Yeah,
should I say the place name?
Yeah.
Cool Wave. And
what is
Newport News. It's Cool Wave.
Cool Wave.
Cool Wave car wash and spa, right? What it was called?
I believe that's what it said.
So it's I mean, I'm gonna give them their props. I think it's pretty cool when you're trying to think of something new because everything is going on and you're trying to draw people in. Now they have a couple different car washes throughout different cities and areas and stuff, but they've only retrofitted this one with that experience. And from what I understand, it's working. I'm trying to envision that, with the water and the big brushes rolling around. And that's the thing. So it was a way to try to figure out how to do that and incorporate that. So they've done statics displays, but they actually brought professional lighting people in to figure out how are you going to do projectors and laser lights and have lights to be able to beam through all that and still have the experience, and a way to make the lights not burn out quickly. How you're going to encapsulate the lights and make them be able to still work with all the machinery still working and the steam and the water and that
moisture environment. I mean, in the electronics, they don't mix.
So it wasn't like some guy was just like, "Hey, Billy, drag that light in here and let's and shine it on this wall and we'll call this a lighted tunnel experience." And it's not like they put some thought in this, like. And I'm gonna give him 2 thumbs up. I mean, it's just it's 2 thumbs up with a twist. Remember? You remember that? What was that?
I don't remember that.
It was before your time. Was it the Wayans brothers come up with that? They were on. In Living Color, I think is the name of the show.
I think that's it.
So, no, it was like I said. Hey, man, proud of you guys. I mean, absolutely. Way to be very, very innovative with an idea. Because
how long has this been in play? You know how long?
I think it's only been going on for a couple weeks now.
So it's real new then.
Yeah. Somebody shot me the story over, and I just thought it was cool.
Never heard of such a thing.
No,
I'm interested. I'm curious.
I say you pack the grandkids up and take them for the experience.
I think I will.
Because I just think it's something cool.
And leave it to them to roll the window down in the middle of it.
It's funny you say it because I could just see like oh my goodness, and you want to reach out and that would be
my very youngest. I can see him rolling the window down just to shake hands with somebody.
But just cool. One of those things where you just go, oh, that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. So here's another story I got for you. You ready for this one?
All right.
This has happened many, many times over years and years. So I'm not surprised. There's a guy in Florida who bought one of the new Broncos that are out there. And that's the mini Bronco.
The mini, all right.
So he buys it. He takes it home. He has it for a day, and his telephone starts ringing.
The mini Bronco?
No, not the mini Bronco's phone starts ringing. This guy's telephone starts ringing. It'd be weird if the mini Bronco. Well, no, because my truck has its own phone, so I guess that... Yeah.
Maybe it had some kit features in it. You never know.
It could be. It's the dealership. They want it back.
Why?
It was display model only, wasn't it?
See, Karen, you're a smart guy.
Well, there's only one reason the dealership would be calling. They definitely don't want to give that money back.
They've titled that car now. Can they make him give it back?
I'm going to say legally, and I'm not a lawyer, but I'm going to say legally, no.
I would not, on the top of my head, if they've titled that car to the buyer, I don't know how they can make him give it back.
I'm going to say once you've signed any contracts and given it to them, you can't make it give them back. Once you sign the contracts and give it to them, you can't.
Unless they're willing to make it worth his while.
Right. So they start hounding him over and over again. You're going to give it back to us. You bring it back here. And he's like,
you better keep it in his garage.
Right. That's what that's what I'd be afraid of. I'd have it in my driveway and a truck would show up and try to hitch it.
Indeed.
But he's like, man, I'm not bringing it. So it's exactly what it is. It doesn't belong to them. Essentially, it doesn't belong to them. They sold something that really, truly kind of...
They made the mistake.
Right. Isn't really theirs. It's theirs, but it's not theirs yet. They've signed an agreement which says...
They won't sell it.
They won't sell it. It's display only for 4 months, basically. That it has to sit in the showroom on display for 4 months. It's a display vehicle only. And this happens a lot. So there has been times over the past, for a lot of you gearheads, you guys know how this works. Some vehicles are display only and then go back to the manufacturer. They're not even to be sold.
Sure. Well, are the minis on the market now? They're on the market, aren't they?
They are. So we talked about this last week. They are on the market. They quietly showed up out on the market and started being sold.
I don't see why there'd be a problem then.
There's certain models that are display models that have things that others don't.
All right, I get that.
Okay,
right.
That are out there on this. That are the display models that come out that have a lot of cool features or things that will never be
on the regular models.
On the regular models, which then make them one of ones or one of fives or one of tens or how many they made. That happens a lot. And this one may or may not be one of those. It doesn't really say too much in the story. It just says it was a display model. It was not to be sold. So it very well could be one of those models. What I understand is the model this gentleman does have is a very nice model. It is very hard to find that one with all the features it has. So that's probably what it comes down to.
So where does it stand?
He still has it. They kept on harassing him. He went and got a lawyer.
Yeah.
And then the lawyer got involved, and now they've basically just let off and said, enjoy your vehicle.
Yeah. Right.
So that's where it comes down to. But it was a big...
Well, that's probably because, the dealership already knows now. It's already put out there.
Here's the thing.
And there's nothing to prevent this guy from selling this car now, is it?
But no, there's nothing. Yeah, right. He could sell it. But there has been many, many times where this has happened, where dealerships have sold. I've seen stories over the years that they have sold ones that were supposed to go back to the manufacturers that were never meant to ever be in the public's hands ever.
Yeah.
Ones that were stories where ones were supposed to go back to manufacturers that meant to be crushed. Ones that were to be display models only, and intentions were to go back to the manufacturers and be crushed because they were prototypes. I've seen where prototypes and stuff have been sold out to the public that were never supposed to be in the hands of people that somehow
the public got a hold of prototypes that were supposed to be crushed, and then there was huge wars about, how did they get them? There's ones where they built cars and put different motors in them for display purposes only. They have like these crazy motor setups in them, and somehow the public got them, and then there's wars over trying to get them back because it doesn't even have the right motor setup in them because it was just supposed to be a display model. So this kind of stuff happens, and this is just another example of, oops on someone's part.
Oops.
And you got to wonder, how does that even happen? Like, it's a display model. Is that like an overzealous manager that day that wanted to make a sale, or a salesman, or how does that?
That's like what I'm trying to figure out. Like, was the salesman just way too happy for the sale to get that tick mark on the board?
Yeah, but it had to go through management. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it had to go through management.
You're right.
That sales manager's got to chime in there.
Right, at some point.
Did they fight about the price?
Right.
Did they try to
so many
negotiate
different
the
hands
price?
that had to go through before that thing rolled off, where somebody was just checking boxes. Yeah, sounds good.
I want to know who had to walk in through the door and say something for everybody to just go start looking around and go, oh, yeah, he did it.
Yeah.
Because somebody had to walk in the door and go, that's not supposed to be missing.
Right. You walk in the door and you're like, hey,
where's the
is
car?
Is it all being detailed?
Yeah, where's the car?
How long did it say how long it took the dealer to contact this guy after he drove home with it?
Next day.
So
I'm thinking it was sold like on a Saturday or maybe a Sunday.
Yeah.
And Monday morning, the big boss walks in and goes, there used to be something parked here. I can't put my finger on it.
What's missing?
Right. But something's missing. I don't know quite what it is.
Especially if they re-showed the whole room because they move cars around.
Yeah. Somebody pulled something down and put it in that parking spot, and they're like, can't put my finger on it, but there's something missing. Something's not right. On that note, somebody got chewed out. I got to take a commercial break, guys. I will be right back. I'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
In a land far, far away. Well, maybe not so far away. Okay, I'm lying. It's in Virginia Beach.
What are you guys doing?
We're writing your commercial. You said you wanted something big.
Hold on, guy. I think I got it here. Hi, I'm Curtis Price. That's right, the Curtis Price with Liberty Transmission. Do you want a transmission for a fair price? Anyone can claim to build you a transmission. The real test is when something happens or you have a problem. My name is on every transmission we build. Call Liberty Transmission at 233-3131. That's right, 233-3131. How was that?
In a land far, far away.
Cut!
Whoa!
Liberty Transmission, 757-233-3131. That's 233-3131. Liberty Transmission.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, here's a pound of prevention from your Napa Auto Care Center. We'll customize a preventive maintenance package for your vehicle that will save you time, money, and hassles now and down the road. We'll ask, do you drive mainly in the city or on the highway? Plan to keep your vehicle? How long? And more. Preventive maintenance is a good thing that prevents bad things. Build yours at your Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, Dave Palach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Do you currently have a repair shop you trust? Haven't found the time to go to a garage for all your automotive needs? Check out the all-star team at Napa BDGHRVA.com. That's Napa BDGHRVA.com. Let them show you what it's like to work with the professionals and make a friend along the way. Talk to you soon.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949. Residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons, Incorporated. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, guys. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. Hey, so here's one for you. This one's actually makes sense on a weird level.
I'm building a mini Bronco over here.
He's building a mini. He was wondering what it would cost. My guess was $55,000. Probably
what was it?
Fully loaded.
What was it?
It looks like it's going to probably come in right around.
I'm at 40 grand.
You loaded it up.
I said probably about 45.
I got the
after he showed me
the remote start system.
I'm only interested in the base price.
Base price about 38 for
that,
if you about
right.
38 if you bought one completely stripped down. I think he said you could probably before taxes get in one for 25.
Yeah, I just use
one for 25, 26.
I use base price as a starting point when I'm figuring.
Yeah, that's completely stripped down. I think he found one, so kind of gives you an idea.
Then you start adding on. It's kind of like your ice cream sandwich that you make that. You start adding stuff to it.
You make ice cream sandwiches?
Well, it's not a sandwich. I can't think of what you call it. Sunday.
Okay. I was like, where do you make ice cream sandwiches at? And why haven't I heard about this? I was like, I need to get in on the fun.
Why haven't I heard about
You could make one. All you have to do is buy that heavy frozen vanilla ice cream and then cut it.
But you can't ever get the that bread that goes on top of it.
Well, the little chocolate thing.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like So this is a fight in my house, okay?
About ice cream
sandwiches. It is. It's called a strange thing, but it's a fight in my house.
Because one hunter eats all of them.
No, that's not the fight. That's not the fight. The fight is the definition of an ice cream sandwich. To me, it's that bread. It shouldn't be hard. It should be that weird, soft
chocolate
stuff.
No,
an ice cream sandwich is just anything that you put
No. I know where your dad's talk coming
from.
You're talking about a traditional ice cream sandwich.
That's right.
And even some of the new ones, they got them that are real thick and they're round, but they're still got that. I never thought of it as bread. I don't know what that's called.
I don't know what I call it but you know what I'm talking about.
It's
now this new stuff they try to serve you. They say it's an ice cream sandwich, but it's like a hard cookie or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Look, I know we're talking about cars, but I'm just going to tell you, people will bring me home with ice creams. People, I should say, people I'm talking about. People out there listening. They bring me home ice cream sandwiches, and I get it. I'm like, oh, I like an ice cream sandwich. They're like, okay, I'll bring you home one. And they bring me home one, and it's just some weird cookie with ice cream. I'm like, that's not an ice cream sandwich.
That's not an ice cream sandwich.
Now, hold on. I appreciate the effort. Let me stop there because I got to go home, and I would want to sleep in my own bed. So I appreciate the effort. I'm just saying. We've had this argument before. I'm like, that's not an ice cream sandwich. And I don't really like cookies and my ice cream mixed. Yeah, here's the problem.
Boy, this is really...
They make a whole ice cream with that.
Here's the problem. You ever have anticipation build up for something that you want?
And you don't get it.
And then you wait hours and people are gone for the day and you have that anticipation building up for your ice cream sandwich. And then when they bring you home, it's not what the anticipation built up for. That's what happens to me regularly.
Extreme disappointment. Yeah, okay. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Back to makeup. All right. So here's the weird thing. This lady, she does all of her makeup up during Halloween, right?
All right.
You ever seen the movie Carrie?
Yeah.
She makes herself up and looks like Carrie.
All right.
Then she gets in a car accident. You see where I'm going with this?
Not yet.
Pretty bad car accident.
Okay.
They think she's dead.
Who's they?
The people on scene for the accident.
Oh. But not the first responders.
Oh, and because she's dressed up as...
Got it? He gets it.
All right. So
because she's already dressed up in the makeup for Carrie.
Yeah.
Which looks like she's...
dead.
Right.
So what'd they do?
They called the hearse instead of the ambulance.
See? You see where I'm going? How crazy would that be? So you dress up
all gory for Halloween. No, she didn't die.
Oh, okay.
You dress up all gory for
right.
Halloween, but then you get in a car accident, which is a pretty significant car accident, and you're all dressed up gory for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people think
You're dead.
you're dead.
Yeah. So what are the people doing?
Well, nothing. It's just, what's the odds of that happening?
I mean, does
Pretty
she at
high.
least scare them? Like,
Well, I'm sure you're scared when you come up to the scene and you're all bloody and gory, and people are like, "Oh my God!" And then
you're like, hi.
right, you're like, "No, it's just dressed up for Halloween."
That's when you need a video camera. The fun you could have.
Well, yeah, but that's probably the worst time to pull like a practical joke.
Well, that is. But hey, it's effective.
In the worst way effective, though. Look, I like a good practical joke, but I think that'd be the one time I probably wouldn't be trying to like pull the joke. I wouldn't be like laying in my seat and be like,
Hey, a friend of mine just told me that little chocolate thing on the ice cream sandwich. That's a wafer.
No, it's not. Look, do not. Hold on. Don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted, because go in the grocery store and try to buy a wafer in a grocery store and see what they give you. If you go to buy wafers in a grocery store,
Yeah, it's like those little crunchy things.
that's right. So it wouldn't be. My wife said the same thing. She was like, "Well, it's a wafer." I'm like, "No, because if you told people it's a wafer and you go to this grocery aisle and you buy a wafer,
You know what it is.
You get it'd be a weird wafer." So I almost would agree. I almost would agree with him.
It's
except
cake. It's cake.
It's
That's what that is.
It is. It's like a weird
cake.
form of cake, though, because
Yeah.
then if you went to try to buy a cake in a grocery store,
Like that,
they
you
would
couldn't.
hand you a weird piece of cake.
But you know what? It's a cake. You know those Susie
I don't think
Q's.
you like the comment.
You know those Susie. You know what I'm talking about? Susie Q's. That kind of.
I know what Susie Q's are. Yes.
It's kind of like that kind of cake. It's harder than that, and of course, it's flatter and different shape. But it's
I'll
kind of
guarantee
sort of
you,
like that.
whoever makes ice cream sandwiches has a name for it, and it's probably not called either one.
Well, it's probably an industrial name.
It's probably got a weird industrial name.
Looking it up.
I'm telling you, it's probably got some weird name. But I'm telling you, you can't call it a wafer, and you can't call it a cake, because if you try to buy those separately, they look nothing like that.
According to Google, it's a wafer.
It is not a wafer.
This says an ice cream sandwich is a. Oh, wow, you're going to really hit the internet.
He's going to hit it, isn't
An
he?
ice cream sandwich is a frozen dessert consisting of ice cream between two biscuits.
It's
Well,
not a biscuit
He
either.
called it bread, so he
It
was
says
close.
Right, yeah.
or skins or cookies or...
I don't know. I'm just telling you.
Oh, it's wafers. Bleached wheat flour, sugar, palm oil, and caramel.
No.
I know what you're talking
Biscuits,
about.
I know.
I know.
Biscuits still isn't right, because if I go to the grocery aisle and I say I need
Some ice cream biscuit.
I need some biscuits
It's the
for my ice
modified
cream.
cornstarch. That's
Like I
what
said,
it
if I
is.
go say I need 2 biscuits for my ice cream, I'm going to end up coming home with a package of biscuits. I mean, and they don't look like it either.
It wouldn't taste as good either,
I don't know.
unless they were chocolate-covered biscuits.
I can tell you that I give you some happiness in my life. I give you all the sadness in my life already in the beginning of the show. I can give you some happiness. Guess what showed up this week?
What?
The cabinets for the garage.
All right. How long have you been waiting for them?
I've been trying to get these for a year. So let me tell you, I'm happy, and at the same point, I may be a little disappointed. I don't know.
Yeah, because now you got to put them up.
No, so I told you guys that I've been trying forever to get the new age cabinets, right? Mm-hmm. So I got them, and they're in. And I did a lot of research on these cabinets to get them, and they look nice. They don't seem to be as heavy duty as I thought they were going to be.
Or had hoped you would be.
Or hope they were going to be. I think they'll do okay for what we're going to use them for. And they should be all right probably once we get them bolted to the wall and stuff. So I bought them. They seem to be a little thinner than I had hoped. Now, there was 2 different series to get. So you could get the Bold and you get the Pro. Originally, I was trying to buy the Pro. And I couldn't get them anywhere. They ended up sending me the Bold series, which seems to be okay. They just seem to be maybe a little thinner metal than I had hoped, and I couldn't touch them. You couldn't find these things anywhere to touch them. And I'm a touchy-feely person, so I had to order them. They're in. I got them, and I bought a huge set of them. So we have them. We're going to bolt them together and get them inside the Mega Garage and see what ends up happening. So, New Age, I just want to let you know, I do have the cabinets, and I appreciate them. The fit and finish on them is a little different than I thought. I thought it would just be a little nicer in certain areas, but I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt. We're going to bolt them in and see what we got. I'll let you guys know how that goes. On that note, Saturday, sun's out. Like I said, it has stopped snowing. It's not raining. We're going to try to enjoy Saturday. Sunday's right around the corner. Hey, guys, don't forget, spend a little time with your kids. Turn off the TV, unplug. Enjoy your Sunday. Play a board game with them. They'll love you for it. And we're going to get out of here. And I'll talk to you soon.